do. And I think about it, and I'm like, what's that missing component? What's the magic? Because when we're in an event like this, we're all jacked up. Everybody in here is excited, right?
Yeah.
We all set goals and we make commitments to ourselves, and then we walk out the door and it's freaking snowing. And it's so funny because it has happened to me through my entire career. I'm at an event, I'm all fired up, I'm jacked up, I make these commitments of how I'm going to go conquer the world, and then I walk out into reality. And so will you. And what is it? What's that thing that's going to keep you pushing forward? What's that thing that's going to make you go live up to the commitments that you made to yourself? All of y'all set goals. All of y'all, you set a biz commit. I say all of y'all. Hell, 3 of y'all raised your hand that you did it yesterday. Hopefully the rest of you get this done. Because you're not here for nothing. I said this when I was talking yesterday. Y'all didn't go, traveling all the way up here, sacrifice whatever you had to sacrifice to get here to Detroit, to sit in the room for some of y'all a couple days, for others of y'all 3 days, for some of us 4 days, right? You didn't do that for nothing. There's something that drives you. There's something you want. I don't know each and every one of you, so I can't speak for you, but I know for me, I just always remember my driver was, I just didn't want to be average and ordinary. I would look at people who had been really successful and I'd go, they're the special ones. They're the special ones. I just wish I could be successful one day. And maybe that's you. Maybe you just want to do something special. You just want to be something. I don't know what it is for you, but there's something inside you that drives you. There's something that makes you do what you do. Why do we do what we do? There's something that causes that. And I'm going to tell you that when you leave here, that's got to be your driver. You've got to know exactly what that is. We tell people from day one of the business, find your dream, find your why. But here we are a lot of times shareholders and RDs, and we really haven't clearly identified that. Or maybe we've identified it, but is it real? Do you really know what moves you? Have you figured that out? Because you got to know what that passion. What's that thing that makes you go walk through the fire, if you will? Makes you go walk through the freaking snowstorm. What is that thing that makes you go? Because that's what's going to keep the energy and the excitement, the commitments that you made this weekend. That's what's going to keep that burning long after you leave this room. And if you don't know what those are, this event's going to be like every other event you've been to for a lot of you. You go to the event, you get fired up, you make the commitments, you go out for a day or two and you go live your commitments, you face a little bit of negative, or life happens, the kids get sick, whatever, and then you get sidetracked because you don't have that one thing that's driving you. Gang, every day that God allows you to be on this earth, you're writing your book. You're writing the book of your life. When I came to this realization, it caused me to live different. Because every single day, you've got a pen in your hand and you've got a blank piece of paper. You are the author of the book of your life. How's that book going to read? Because I promise you, you will die one day. And when you do, someone is going to tell the story of your life. And it probably just won't be one person. It'll be multiple people talking about you. What do you want them to say? The commitments that you make right now of what you're going to go do is all in line with that big thing that drives you, that dream, that why, that whatever it is that drives you. Your commitments are in line with that. Is the next 90 days going to allow you to live your dreams? Don't be foolish. It's not. But it's going to be that step in the right direction. For maybe for once in your life, for you to get 2 years from now to a point to where, you know what? I am one of those special people. I went my entire life thinking it was only the special ones that ever succeeded. I say my entire life, my younger part of my life. Only the special ones succeeded. And I come to the realization that it's not. Anybody who wants to succeed can succeed. As long as they know what they want. As long as they have a game plan in place. As long as they're persistent, right? As long as they don't quit. They don't give up. They don't let distractions sidetrack them and steal their dreams. All of y'all got these commitments. All of you know what rank you're going to be between now and the end of March. Yes, we're talking 90 days, but really, you've got till the end of March. Because whatever you achieve at the end of March, that's all you got. Because that's what you're going to cross stage at in April. Yes? Yes. You know what that is. And it's not going to make you live your dream, but it's going to be that one step in the right direction, getting you going toward that dream that you want. And some of you know exactly what it is. I'm looking at some of your eyes, and I can tell you know exactly what it is you want. You're hungry for it. Some of you are not quite sure what it is you want. I'm going to tell you, you need to figure out what it is you want. You've got to go after it. You've got to go get it. Well, I don't deserve it, Kyle. If you don't deserve it, who does? If you don't deserve it, who does deserve it? You absolutely deserve it. Don't sell yourself short. You weren't put here on this earth to be average and ordinary. Anybody that believes that's foolish. You were put here on this earth for a purpose. Now, I don't know what your purpose is, and you probably don't know what it is neither. But the only way you're going to find out what your purpose is to begin to move forward. It'll become a realization to you as you're moving forward. As you're writing that book of your life. As you're putting the pen to the paper, and you're literally writing chapter after chapter after chapter of what your life is. I hope some of y'all get emotional about what it is you want. Thank you, Rod. I hope some of you get emotional about what it is that you want. Because I found that when a person gets emotional, that thing that drives them, when emotion is tied to that, it generally causes them to go out and achieve absolute, complete greatness. Yes? But Kyle, you don't understand. You don't understand. I appreciate them kind words. I appreciate you trying to get me fired up. But you don't understand. I'm dealing with life right now. Here's what I do understand. As soon as you're done dealing with life, you're going to be dealing with it again. And then you're going to deal with it. But Kyle, you just don't understand. You just don't understand. My people, I can't get them to do nothing. Hey, listen, I got a bigger business than you, which means I got more people in my business that I can't get to do nothing. I thoroughly understand. But anyone who's ever worked closely with me knows I have a saying, and I say it over and over and over again. There is a mountain in front of you. Go around it, go over it, blow the damn thing up and go through it. I don't care how you get there, just get there. Does that make sense? Yeah. And if you go through life that way, gang, you're not going to let any of this stuff stand in your way. But it all boils back to what it is that you want. Because if you don't know what it is that you want, there is no way that you are going to get to the other side of that mountain because you don't have anything driving you. But when you know what it is you want, we lay out all the mechanics, we give you the rollouts, we empower you, Nick stood up here and literally told you step by step by step by step what you've got to go do. Is it going to be easy? No, it's not going to be easy. Is it going to be tough? Yes. Is that okay? Yes. Because your dream is not going to be easy to get to. If your dream is easy to get to, it's not worth even spending energy and time on because it's nothing. It's not even a dream. It's probably just some little thing. A dream, something that you want, it's going to require energy. It's going to require effort. It's going to require dedication. It's going to require consistency, right? People say, I want to make $1 million. Awesome. It just isn't going to happen. You've got to go make it happen. Just like your product debut parties. Listen, you can sit in this room and say, oh, I'm so excited I'm going to do a product debut party. Congratulations. You verbally said you're going to do it. Guess what's next?
Do it.
You got to do it. You got to do it. Sometimes I think we overcomplicate this business. Sometimes I really believe we do. And I don't mean us as a company. I mean us as individuals. In our head, we start getting everything all complicated. Let me break this whole thing down for you. It's pretty simple. Not difficult at all. And I have to be simple. I'm not real smart. So I keep things, what I call a common sense approach to everything. Now, I'm not the guy that just can, my brain don't work that way. You've got to know why you're doing something, right? This is real simple. This is like grammatical. Is that a word? No? You know what I'm talking about, though, right? If you know what I'm talking about, it's now a word. You've got to know what you want, right? You got to know what you want. Call it a dream, call it whatever you want. You got to know what you want. You got to know what that is, okay? You got to have belief that you can achieve it. If you don't have belief that you can achieve what it is you want, then you're wanting the wrong thing. Go figure out what you want that you have belief that you can actually achieve. Once you've got that out of the way, then you've got to have figure out a plan or a path or a strategy to get there. Real simple now. What do I want? How am I going to get there? We happen to be in Visalus. Visalus happens to be a party company. Now, I don't care if you're doing a product debut party, you're doing a challenge party, you're doing a customer VIP party, or if you call it a 3-for-3 VIP or a neon. I don't care what kind of party you're doing, but we're in a party business, so that means that you got to do parties. We know that we do parties. Parties equal volume. Volume is what's going to cause you to get to where you want to what? Go. So if you know where you want to go, and you know parties is what causes that, why would we not just fill up our calendar and fill up everybody's calendar in our entire business with parties? Wouldn't that make sense? Sometimes, I don't know how to put this, I'm trying to be politically correct. Y'all, there's a lot of really smart people in this world. In this room, there's some really smart people. But often, I think people get educated beyond their level of intelligence. And I just don't know how to put it any other way. We overcomplicate stuff, right? It's like we overthink stuff. This business is simple. Here's what I want. Here's the strategy to get there. Now I've got to go execute on that strategy. So if all you do leaving here, gang, you say, this is what I want. I'm passionate about this. I'm going to achieve this. This is my 2 to 5 year, 10 year. This is what I want, okay? Here's the goal for the next 90 days. In order to get to that goal, I'm going to have to go do this many parties. I'm going to have some people that aren't going to do it. Congratulations. Who is going to do it? People spend so much time worrying about, talking about, thinking about, yakking about the things that aren't happening. Stop talking about that crap. It's like a camera. Whatever you focus on develops. And if you keep yakking about crap, you're going to get more what? Crap. Stop talking about the ones that won't. Talk about the ones that will. So you got people who won't do a challenge party. Great. Go call a customer. Go do a customer party. Go do a VIP party for your customer. Does it matter what kind of party is being done? No. What matters is that we're doing parties. And if all of you leave here and you're tied to what it is you want to get out of this, you've got your next 90 days, what you're going to achieve. You're not going to let nothing stand in your way. You're going to go make it happen. You're going to go crush it. You're going to fill the room, fill the parties up. Starting with you, meaning you're going to be parked in somebody's driveway every night doing parties. You're going to force this down through your team, and most importantly, you're not going to stop till it's done. Now, if you go do it for a week, congratulations, you did a week's worth of work. Woo! But this is a 90-day run to get to where you want to go, so you've got to be consistent with it. You've got to go do it and keep doing it, and don't stop doing it until it's done. Does that make sense? Yes or yes?
Yes.
And then if you do that, did you just write a chapter in your book? Is it a chapter you would want someone to read? Is it a chapter you could be proud of? Is it a chapter that for those of you who have got grandkids or one day will have grandkids, is it a chapter that you'll want your grandkids hearing what grandma or grandpa or pop, whatever, I get called pop, whatever it is that they call you, is it something you want them to read and be proud of? Absolutely. Gang, find that thing that drives you. Y'all can probably tell for me, it's significance, right? Significance is my thing. There's probably other words, other things to call it, but for me, I don't care what anybody, I don't care what y'all think about me. This is funny, right? Don't care what y'all think about me. But I care what my grandchildren think about me. Did y'all catch that? I go through life, I don't give a rip what anybody thinks about me. But when it comes to them grandbabies, it means everything to me. Why? Because that's your what? Your legacy. Maybe that's what moves you. Maybe it isn't something material. Maybe it's legacy, right? Maybe you come up in a family that didn't have a great legacy, and you want to be that person to create that legacy. Maybe that's what moves you. Whatever it is that moves you, find that and don't stop till you get it done. Because the 3 questions that before I ask you these 3 or tell you these 3 things, when we break and we're done, don't leave the room. I've read this twice. Let me tell you why. Rob's talent is building systems. It is not handwriting. Actually, he's got good penmanship. I just don't have good eyes. I only got one good one. Don't leave the room because we are going to book more parties, right? We're all about action. We're not going to talk about something and then not do it. And if you aren't handing the phone off to your leader, you're missing the boat. Your voice, what you're doing, your voice is teeing that up, and then get the phone in the hands of your leader. All you did yesterday was get people on the phone and hand me the phone, hand me the phone, hand me the phone, so I could solidify. It's easy to tell him they'll do a party, but then when they go commit to me as well, they're actually going to do the party. Make sense?
Yes.
Gang, I'm not going to have y'all close y'all's eyes and play soft music and try to make you levitate. That's not me. Or meditate. None of the takes. But in closing, I'm going to ask you three things. And I'm not, this isn't all about rah-rah, y'all. I'm going to ask y'all stuff that I want you to go home, and every night I want you to ask yourself the same exact questions. And if nothing else, maybe these questions will bring you back to the feeling you felt this weekend. If nothing else, these questions will bring you back to the commitments you make. Because I can rally you up and rah-rah you up, and when you leave here, you'll walk out in a freaking snowstorm, and you're going to lose it all anyway. There's no need to rah-rah you. Three questions. If not me, then who? If you don't deserve this, tell me who does. If not now, then when? If there's not a better time than right this moment, with everything Vi has laid on your plate to go out and build a business. You're on the bottom of the upswing. You're in the sweet spot. You're where everybody goes through life wishing, begging, pleading that they could be at before the massive momentum takes place. If not now, then when? And this is a biggie, because this will resell you on our company every day. If not Vi, then what? If you can't find, you will never find a better company in your, I don't care how long you look. These things don't happen very often. The moons and the stars and all that don't line up very often. To find a company that has the founders that we have. Number one, that are young enough to be in business long enough to make an impact. All too often, it's a bunch of 80-year-old people that own a business talk about they're going to conquer the world. Dude, you're going to die in a couple of years. Just being honest. Just being real. They're young enough to be around long enough to actually make an impact on our world. Yes?
Yes.
They have, and this isn't something we got to guess at, there's a proven track record of what these guys do. Every single time. Go all the way back to the very beginning of the starts of Visalus. Every single time there was any type of challenge, any type of struggle, any type of pothole, roadblock, what did they do? They went all in. 100% of the time, never a question. Every time there was a challenge, they went all in. If you want to accurately predict the future, go look at the past. You'll never find three guys that have three separate talents or skill sets that come together that create a whole. You will never find a leadership team outside the founders, your top players within the business, that is more willing to give up and give to you to help you succeed than what you have right now with myself and the other top leaders within the company that are we're all congruent. We all have the same passion, the same desire, and that is to help all of you succeed big. If not Vi, then what? There is no other game in town, gang. There is nothing else. And chances are in your lifetime, you will never find the opportunity that you have right now in your hands. But you've got to seize the moment. There's going to be some of you in this room that get what I'm saying, that's going to leave here, and you're going to go execute on every single thing you've heard this weekend. You're going to go home and ask yourself the three questions every single night. You're going to stay focused, and you're not going to stop until it's done, and you're going to live your dream. I hate to tell you, but there will be some of you that leave here and you let the snowstorm get the best of you. And you're going to take everything that you invested into this weekend, all of the sacrifices, and you're going to throw it out the window because you're not going to be consistent. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. You deserve this. If not you, then who? If not now, then when? If not Vi, then what? Love you guys.